says he's ready for you. Might have seen him on Evening at the Improv or Two Drink Minimum from Washington, D.C. Please welcome Doc Barham.
Put your hands together for Barton Funk and your special guest this evening. Working hard for you. So, good evening. How you guys doing? God, you guys would suck at a rock concert with an attitude like that, man. Be like, you ready to rock and roll in day? Yeah. Yeah, rock and roll me, buddy, go. Let's hear it. You guys gonna move for some comedy or what? Make some noise! All right. Very nice to be here. I've had a lot of fun in town this week driving around. Actually, I've noticed that you guys drive just a little bit differently here. Apparently in Indy, right-of-way is determined by tonnage and velocity. Stoplights just seem to be rough guidelines. Green means go, yellow means go faster, red means go if there's nobody looking. Blinkers? Never touch the shit. Hell, I just broke the stick right off the damn column myself. So I was watching the Tube this afternoon. I have a theory about television now. I think it's a lot like computers, you know. It's just garbage in, garbage out. There is so much stupid stuff on TV these days. I think if you watch enough of it, it can't help but make you stupid. Like this commercial for Vaseline Intensive Care. This woman walks out, she has sort of a vacuous, self-lobotomized look on her face, right? She looks into that camera and she goes, sometimes my skin is so dry, I can actually write the word dry on the back of my hand. Yeah. Well, if you need to do that to tell your skin is dry, maybe you ought to etch the word stupid on your forehead while you're at it. It probably wouldn't help much anyway. She'd just get to that bathroom mirror and be going, Dip-puts! Cool, most of you guys got that one. Pretty much if you don't get that, you are. Why, God forbid some of you guys get trapped in traffic in front of an ambulance, huh? Ecnolobma. You know, it just seems like so much of the quality in the mass media has declined in the past couple of years. It's everywhere. Radio, television, newspapers. Oh, God, USA Today is the perfect example. That hamster litter, fish wrap, birdcage liner of a pandering populist, penny dreadful shit rag newspaper. My God. How good is a newspaper, folks, that has a daily corrections column? We fuck up every day. I'm reading in USA Today the other day. That's the nation's #1 newspaper. It's just sad to me. I'm reading in the USA Snapshot. It says, a survey conducted recently shows that 3 out of 4 people make up 75% of the population. Look at some of you guys. It's just like 3 out of 4. Dude, we just came here to see comedy, man. We didn't want to have to do fractions. What a dick. Another scientific study in USA Today that I read said exactly 1/2 of all Siamese twins are left-handed. Okay, some of these jokes you will actually have to think about tonight, guys. Feels kind of good to fire up that old GED, doesn't it? Yeah. I haven't felt that good since I picked up my diploma from the mailbox. Final survey that I read said that every 30 seconds on this globe, somewhere, a Julio Iglesias song is being played. That's true. You know what that means? Somewhere every 31 seconds, somebody's going, God damn it. Thank you very much. That was the perfect smattering of applause for that joke. Any more and I would have been disappointed in you guys. Same newspaper, swear this is true, in the celebrity obituary column in USA Today, it said the Guinness Book of World Records oldest living human had died, right? Carrie White had died at the age of 118 years old. Last line of the obituary said, and I quote, "Cause of death has not yet been determined." Oh, let me take a wild fucking stab in the dark on this one. Probably not crib death. And the line just before it said, "Unfortunately, Mrs. White died penniless." Like that was such a bad thing. Man, sounds to me like she timed it just right. Well, I'm sure her last words were, "And put the rest of that on the gift certificate, Chuck." I love the Guinness Book of World Records, man. That is such a great book, because the categories are so bizarre. Actual category in the Guinness Book of World Records, camping out. World record for camping out? Anybody know? 22 years. Buddy, at some point, you are no longer camping out. You're just fucking homeless, man. Yeah, apparently we don't have a homeless problem in this country. We have a camping competition. That's not a refrigerator box, that's a KOA campsite, huh? No, don't go look for a job. We're still camping. We're going for the record. See, I'm from Washington, D.C. We got so many homeless people there, you know. Who here has been to D.C. by applause before? Yeah. See, now you guys know what I'm talking about. I used to give them a lot of my money. That was until I got mugged 2 times. Now, the first time was my fault, because I figured I'd tell the guy I didn't have any change without actually saying that, you know. So I walk by and the guy goes, "Yo, man, you got some change?" I was like, "No, man, I only got big bills." See, I just get that compassion fatigue now, because I see the same guys every single day, just standing there, never doing anything, just holding up that sign, looking at you going, "Yo, man, can you help me out?" It's like, yeah, there's 2 S's in homeless. Okay, fuck you guys, that's funny. Apparently 2 is the limit for spelling jokes here in Indy, huh? God damn, he's up there ciphering and spelling and fractions and... Why don't you just go on back home to D.C., Mr. Bookworm? I bet you that damn ponytail's just a clip-on. I don't know, do you guys think it's actually wrong to toss a bum some change? You know, say like, I don't know, a fistful of pennies, overhand? Really hard, right at his head, wrapped in a roll, while he's sleeping, from the window of a moving vehicle, while you're hollering, "Oh no, God bless you, you fuck!" Sorry, a couple of muggings just makes it a little bit bitter. See, I used to not understand how those guys got that way, and that was until I pretty much lost everything myself recently. I went from solid upper middle class to a poor white trash just by moving out of my parents' house. What's up? I think that's actually the best solution for homelessness right now. Just move back in with your fucking parents, man. They got parents, move back in with them, man. Which, think about it, You can work for food by panhandling, or you can just go back and mow your parents' lawn and take out the trash again. Hey, that's will work for food and allowance, man. Which actually, working for food reminds me, do you guys think it's actually wrong to toss a bum some food? Well, say like fistful of canned goods, really hard, right at his head while he's sleeping. from the window of a moving vehicle while you're hollering, "Just move back in with your parents, you fuck!"
He did it again. He is throwing all kinds of things at those homeless people.
I'll tell you, everything in the mass media is just driving me absolutely crazy with the low quality these days. It's not just the papers, and man, television is even worse, I think. Because Americans spend over 1/4 of their waking lives watching television on average. That's incredible. Think about some of the crap that we have to digest, like America's Funniest Home Videos. I don't know about you guys. I just can't take 30 minutes a week of watching Junior hit Pop in the Nuts with a croquet mallet. Oh, next week, fat chick slips on ice. You should really critically analyze what you watch on the tube. Think about what you're watching, because if you don't, man, it can just turn your brain into jello. Like Schick has a commercial for Tracer Razor. The announcer says, "If your head were square, shaving would be simple. Buddy, if your head were square, shaving would be the least of your worries. You'd be doing 6 shows a day on the Midway with the Elephant Man. You'd be Cubo the Blockhead Boy. I am not an animal. I'm a polyhedron." I'd like to thank all 6 of you for getting that polyhedron reference. But, if your head were square, wouldn't you want to grow a beard? Right? Help round out those unsightly corners. Oh, man. That's what's scary, is they say the median IQ in America is dropping at a rate of 3 points every 5 years, based on the Stanford Binet IQ test averages. So 5 years ago, it was 100. Apparently this year, it's what?
God damn it, he did it again. I didn't even have a chance to pull my damn calculator out. 3 from 100. How am I supposed to do that?
It's 97, right? So what that means, folks, is that the world is not going to go out with a bang or a whimper, but just sort of a yay! Will eventually be too stupid to fuck and just die. See, now I said that last night, and this lady goes,
"I'd never be too stupid to fuck."
Well, for me, ma'am, you already are. Yeah. Like, only on television would you ever see somebody ever try and sell you something like a clapper. Who is buying these things? Stop it! What a fucking moronic device that is. So my grandmother wanted one of these, so we knuckled it. We got her one, and we hooked it up to her life support system. Who's in the will, Grandma? Who's in the will? Who's your favorite grandson? You want the inheritance and you know it, clap your hands. You want the inheritance and you know it, clap your hands. The respirator is not science, oh I know that you are dying. I want the inheritance and I know it, clap my hands. Yeah, don't pull the plug on them, folks. Just clap them off. MTV presents Grandma Unplugged. Yes, with her #1 hit. I can name that tune in one note, Chuck. Loosen up, folks. It's only the first dead grandma joke of the evening. There's plenty more where that came from. In my opinion, the ultimate stupidity on the television set today is the Partnership for a Drug-Free America commercials. Oh, God. You guys know who I'm talking about? They're the ones who brought us that incredibly terrifying frying egg in a pan, this is your brain on drugs commercial. Oh, shit! really terrified by that asinine commercial? Let me ask you guys honestly, okay? Who here, by applause, has ever smoked pot? Ever tried marijuana? By applause, whether you inhaled or not. You guys have never smoked pot. No one here at the front row. You are the biggest fucking liars. Of course we're not going to admit to it. We're underneath the lights. See, now, if you'd just been honest, I wouldn't be fucking with you now. That's good. That's actually a fairly sizable group who have actually smoked pot. I personally hope that they do legalize marijuana in my lifetime. I really do. Well, because that way I'll be able to use it as a tax deduction. Just file that under source for comedy material. Because I have written a lot of material when I was stoned, man. I'll tell you that. I never used any because, well, it really didn't make any sense the next day. But boy, was it funny for the night. Okay. Shut up. Okay. Okay, so the only real difference in a parallel universe is the parking's a lot more difficult? Alright, okay, shut up. Okay. Oh, shut up, man. Okay. Alright, so if you're having sex with your clone, does that mean you're homosexual, really narcissistic, or you're just masturbating? So I can see some of you guys have been there before. I just don't have... Anybody here known someone to commit a really serious crime, a heinous felony, when they were just stoned? Really, seriously. I mean, okay, maybe somebody like shoplifted some snack food. Come on. Seriously. Oh, your pants are full of Twinkies. You're a menace to society. I'll tell you guys, I did some background research on the Partnership for a Drug-Free America, and here's the 411 on that. Found out that their three biggest financial sponsors are, no lie, Philip Morris Tobacco, Miller Brewing Company, and Eli Lilly Pharmaceuticals. See a pattern forming here? Just say no to drugs? Yeah, because a cigarette, a cold beer, and a Prozac's all you're ever gonna need. Man, what a bunch of hypocrites that is by saying that, because what they're really saying to us is that they want us as consumers to spend our disposable income on their legal drug products. They don't want us to blow our money on illegal drug products. Why? Because they're competing for our dollar. So for them, the whole war on drugs is not about morality, it's just about money, man. They have another commercial now. They show an EEG readout, and the announcer says, "This is the brain of a normal 14-year-old boy." This is the brain of a 14-year-old boy after smoking a marijuana cigarette. Any questions? No. Isn't that the point? Right? This is stress. And this isn't. Well, my only question would be, where can I get some of that dough? Man, folks, any weed that'll turn you into a flatliner, that's good fucking bud. Good. Glad we have a couple of pot smokers in the audience. It's funny, it usually takes you a couple of seconds extra to get the jokes if you're high, though. It's usually like, how's excellent? Oh, mouth is so dry. Some of you guys are just looking at me like, oh, well, apparently he smokes the evil weed, does he? That's the weed with the roots in hell, mister. You know what pot stands for, don't you? Plenty of trouble. That's for damn sure. I learned that on Dragnet. Just say no to drugs. What a bunch of crap, man. Just say no thank you. There's no reason to be rude. Drug dealers have feelings too. So, I don't know. Personally, I think, I've done a lot of research, a lot of reading about marijuana and my own personal experimentation, if you will. And I've come to the conclusion that it's a plant. It's natural, it's herbal, it's medicinal, it has a tremendous number of uses. It's virtually the first agrarian crop grown for non-agrarian food purposes, and it's been around since time immemorial. Even prehistoric man smoked pot. They had to. Look at all the cave drawings. They're always chasing food. And let me tell you something, folks. You got to be a high kind of hungry to hunt a mastodon with a stick and a rock. Did any of you guys ever do that when you were in high school? You try to, let me share this with you. I'm going to have to get out of here. I won't tell that to you. I do a little poetry every now and then. Recently, I finished this poem that I submitted to Hallmark, and, they turned me down. And so let me go ahead and share this with you if I could. When the road you chose gets rocky, and the way leads all uphill, and even good friends desert you, as they sometimes will. When the deck seems stacked against you, seems there's no way you can win, that's the time to buy a gun and put it to your chin. When problems loom too large and they're only getting bigger, suck the barrel, baby, and pull the fucking trigger. Oh, I get misty every time I read that. I'm sorry. Yeah, they did turn me down, and I said the hell with it, and I created my own greeting cards and my own greeting card company, which is now called Hellmark. So if you would like to get some of these cards, I have 3. You can pick one after the show, and if you like that, this is a great companion card right here. See that cute little girl right there? She's riding her rocking horse. See that? And it says, "Thinking of you, just wanted to say, fuck you and the horse you rode in on." Thanks a lot, guys. You've been a blast. I'm Doc Barham. Take care.